Rest in peace to all 21 people who were reportedly shot at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. It's just so unfortunate what has happened. And things that seem to be overlooked continues to be overlooked by the powers that be. And it troubles me that a lot of parents are not being held accountable for the crimes that some of their children are committing, especially when it comes to these guns, these weapons of mass destruction. But things need to change. Things need to be revealed. And the first key thing is a lot of parents are failing their children. A lot of you parents out there are failing your children. You're giving them everything they want, but you're not giving them everything they need. You think giving them video games, electronic devices, phones, tablets, whatever it is, y'all just giving them that while y'all still are acting like children. Y'all here TikToking with the children. You're trying to do all these things for the gram. Your mothers out here ain't showing no class. Y'all for the streets. A lot of you men are out here irresponsible. Don't want to handle your responsibilities. It's like you have the life source. You're giving the life source to the woman to bring into the world. But then you smooth forget that that's your old life source. That's you. It came from you know what. So it's a lot of young parents who don't have any sense of responsibility. They're still chasing their dreams or trying to live their dreams through their children. But apparently, these kids that are shooting up schools, they've been neglected. They don't feel the real true love. They don't feel valued by their parents. This young man who shot up Robb Elementary School, he was living with his grandparents. That's already the first red flag. Why is this young man living with his grandparents? Where's the father? I haven't heard anything about him yet. I just heard that the mother responded. She's at the hospital with a grandmother who thankfully is still alive. But she's claiming that she did have a relationship with her son and blah, blah, blah. But we know it's some stuff being left out. We know that it was a disconnect there because what's the excuse for, your son not living with you? Even if it's one parent, why is he not with either parents? And why is he with the grandparents? This young man was troubled from the mistakes and the trifling behavior of his parents. What do you think a boy don't, it's hard for a boy to develop fully with grandparents in the picture because grandparents love to spoil. They love to just make sure you have everything you need. You're the child of their children, the child of their child. So you're not going to get the proper discipline. That's where the father comes into play. But if the father is not there and the mother is not there, come on, man. That's a recipe for disaster in this society, in these times. And then the kids that do shoot up schools, who have both their parents, that's just a clear evidence that the parents are failing. They're neglecting their child in that house. They don't have a real connection with them. They're not really truly loving their child. So parents, I say to you, are you really truly loving and developing your child? Or are you just coexisting with them and getting them by until they're old enough to get up out your house? Your children didn't ask to be here. They did not ask to be here. So when the man that spread his seed into the woman of his choice at that time, once she became pregnant and she made the decision to bring forth a child, that became both y'all's responsibility. And that child is purely innocent in being here. I mean, maybe the child decided to be here from the higher realms and chose y'all as the man and woman to come through. But as far as on this physical plane, that child did not actually be here. It took some intercourse before that was already signed, sealed, and delivered. So, your parents, y'all, a lot of y'all. I'm not talking about the ones that are doing y'all job, but the ones, some of y'all out here, y'all failing y'all children. Your children are not fitting in with society. Y'all not really connecting with them. You're not developing them. Aside from their school, you're not supposed to just take your kid to school and think that, oh yeah, my child is going to learn everything they need to learn about life and how to survive and to be successful just going to school. No, you have to balance that out with teaching them how to survive in life at home or while you're with them, while they're under your care. Teachers have a bunch of different kids, different personalities and emotions to deal with. They don't have time to be focused on just solely your child. You can't hold schools and teachers responsible for developing your child fully. You can't blame the schools and the teachers for why your child shot up the school. You failed them, not the school. They have to do their job at the end of the day. Is there things they can do that they can change to help uh, make it a better, safer environment? Yes. But at the same time, these children are not getting these guns from the school. They're not going to the schools and getting these guns and then shooting people up. They're getting the guns from your home. So whether you know they have the guns or not, it's still it's still your lack of responsibility, your lack of keeping up on your child's mental health and seeing what the hell they bringing in your house. You are the owner of the house. You paying the bills. You can go in that house and make sure there ain't no weapons in there and nothing inappropriate that you will not allow. So it's no. So you want to say, oh well, my child wasn't violent, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know when they got the gun. Oh, you're irresponsible. It's just straight up. Before y'all start trying to point your finger at politicians and the governors, mayors, and all that, take some responsibility as a parent and ask yourself, am I taking full responsibility for how my child is developing in this world? And if not, you got to hold your own self accountable. Don't make excuses. Don't deflect. Don't try to play victim. No, there's no excuses. So take things a little more serious. Ask your child some questions. Make sure that they are not holding some secrets and some grudges that you don't know nothing about because you've been so busy with your own life trying to do you, trying to highlight yourself constantly through the web, social media, while your child is suffering internally. Rest in peace to all of those people that lost their lives. Those children, those teachers who are just there, hard working, doing their job, sacrificing their time and energy every day. That was not supposed to happen, but a broken child, a broken young man was able to purchase 2 assault rifles pretty much and took his frustrations out on children and teachers because he felt like he was failed at home. Do better, parents. This is a wake-up call.